podcast. Um, welcome. Um, this is going to be my first podcast, which is so exciting. I don't really have a topic for today. I'm gonna just like kind of talk about life and things and how things have been going and happening. I'm doing Artist Way as I've talked about on this channel, um, and I'm going into week 8. I'm okay. I say week 8. People probably are like, aren't you like on week done? Like, isn't there only 12 weeks? But I'm really like taking my time. So like, if I'm on a week, like let's say like week 6 took like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really trying to like, oh well, I'm really trying to digest the information and really make sure that I really understand and like am taking it in and like doing all the tasks because that's the thing. They give you readings and then you have like a task that you need to do, multiple tasks, and then there's like morning pages and it's really complicated and I'll do a podcast about it. But going into week 8 specifically, I'm kind of nervous because I'm like it's only 12 weeks, right? And so that means there's only 4 weeks left, and then like part of my brain is like, oh well, what if I finish and then nothing changes, or like what if it doesn't work and I've invested this much like time and energy into it, which I mean, come on, that's like pretty illogical because it's already working, right? Like it really is already working and things are moving. I'm posting more. I'm like investing in my music more. I'm looking up like how I'm about to start doing shows, which oh, that's so exciting. I'm about to start doing shows, so I'm gonna be like literally up doing shows, singing my songs. There's oh my gosh, I'm gonna put her name if I remember what it is, but there's this lady on TikTok, and she oh here I go. I'm about to go on a tangent. Okay, but just a quick little tangent. TikTok, I've started like people started saying like, oh, post something every time you come on TikTok, and that'll help you like be more consistent with your posting. And I've been doing that, and I've really been doing it. Like, if I don't have something to post, I'm not gonna let myself go on there, which is like taking away screen time as well. But like TikTok is a cool thing, and I'm really grateful for TikTok, and like it's making me put myself out there more, and YouTube too. Like I've been posting on YouTube kind of consistently now. It's gonna be more consistent now that we have a podcast. But yeah, I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for the community. I'm grateful for all the people who like will like the videos and comment and say things, and it just makes me feel like, dang, like there's actually stuff moving. There's actually stuff happening, and I can, I can be me. I can just put myself out there. I can just do it. But anyways, I think I don't know if her channel name is Indie Babies. It's something like that. I'll like I said, I'll put it on there. But she said in one of her videos like a while ago, like you think that you investing in getting streams and you getting streams on Spotify and Apple Music is like going to do something for you, and like what money is that really going to give? And it's true. I've been doing this for 5 years. Like, do you know how crazy that is? I've been doing this for 5 years. It doesn't feel like that. Like a lot of time it doesn't feel like that because I still am just starting, right? Like I'm just getting into the industry in a way, but also in a way I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been learning about the music game and like promotion and doing all these things for 5 years. So it's not, so mentally I'm like in it, but also mentally I'm like, oh, I'm just starting. Like I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what's going on. And that's why this is cool because I'm like gonna document all of this, and that's fun. But here I go, another tangent. But yeah, she was saying that, and it really just clicked. And she was like, "You need to get out, get on stage. Like, what should you do?" One of the things she said was like, "If you needed to make $5,000 this month, like to survive, how would you do it? Would you keep posting on Spotify and like hope people listen and then get your 0.001 cent on a stream, or whatever it is?" And I'm like, "Wow, you got me. You got me there." So yeah, we're gonna start doing live shows. I got some people that are willing to sing with me, so that's exciting. But I'm gonna start putting stuff together. There's this website I'll put on here too, maybe in the description or something, that we're like, oh, you can put in your city, and then you pay like $30 a month or something, and then you can find shows and like push yourself to shows and see if the people will have you. And I've done that before, like I've sent emails to try to be on shows, and like people responded and it was moving, but I just wasn't there. Like I didn't have the confidence then. I sound like, oh, I didn't have it then, but I have it now. No, but I didn't have the confidence then, and now I just kind of do. Like I'm in a place of like, I don't care. Like I don't care about the like outside noise or like like judgment, right? Go ahead, judge me. That means you're watching, And I really, really wasn't there at a time. I was not there, but now I'm in a place of like, you know what? I'm doing this for a reason, so I'm kind of just gonna like do it, right? I'm just gonna do it. Forgive the air. I'm sorry. I live in Texas. I can't be hot for a podcast. I can't be hot for a podcast. Lord, I can't be hot for a podcast. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna burn. Not gonna burn. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing these shows. I'm really pretty excited about that. We got started doing rehearsals with the people that are gonna sing with me. I'm gonna sing like new songs. I'm gonna sing old songs. I'm gonna sing cover songs. And it's just gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a good thing. This album. Let's talk about the album. I know we're supposed to talk about artist way, but we'll get there. Um, I'm working on my album still. It's gonna be like a chunk of songs at this point. But it's really, I don't want to talk about genre, darling, because that's going to be a whole nother podcast. Because what is genre? And especially, okay, let's just go into it a little bit. Okay, well, like being black, right? And it's happened my whole life. People really are like, oh, you're black, you have a soulful voice. Oh, you this, oh, you that. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. But I'm the kind of artist that does like a lot of genres, right? I come from the world of musical theater. I've been doing that my whole life. I like alternative music. I like rock music. I do like R&B, and I do sing R&B, but I also sing like some country stuff and some like folky stuff, you know. Some literally dream poppy stuff, like, everything is not just R&B because I'm black, right? And that's a whole nother tangent, like I said, for a whole nother video. But I just wanted to say that, and at times I do get nervous. Like I get nervous to be like, oh, it's a rock album, you know, it's a rock album, and it really kind of is. I mean, maybe it's soft rock, but it's kind of a rock album, right? It's like a soft rock album. But I just get nervous saying that. But like the more music that I make for it, I'm like, it really is. But it's just like, it's not even about the judgment. It's about the arguments, right? I don't want to sit and argue with people about my art. Like, why would I do that? What sense does that make? I made it, darling. I made it. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to sit and argue with you about something that I made, that I did. Now, yes, everybody is entitled to their opinions, but like to be aggressive with it, I don't think that's cute. But also, if you're streaming, you're streaming. But yeah, we can talk about that more later. But yeah, that's what's happening. Um, Working on my album. I'm also like working on some film things, which I'm not going to talk about right now. But that's really exciting. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I watched The Materialist, um, which I don't know what they shot that on, but I just thought it was like beautiful. It felt nostalgic. It felt old timey in so many ways. Oh my gosh, there's like a shot in the movie. It's like, it's either I think it is at the wedding, and she's like talking to that group of people, and then like Pedro walks, and then like the camera like just like pans around. It gave me very old timey, beautiful like big shots in that moment, and I wish there was more of that in the movie. Um, Overall, I liked the movie. I really did. I think there were like some chunks that I was like, I I like dialogue, right? So there were moments where I was like, oh, I could have used like a little bit more. I could have used a little bit more of like what they're thinking, what they're going through. I think Pedro, especially towards the middle end, did a really great job playing these like complex feelings in a way. In a way, it is like he was. In a way, it was like, yeah, he's like the heartthrob of the movie. Yes, he's the one that's like pretty and rich, So of course you want him, right? But then it's also like there's like stuff going on, and then we learn. I'm not gonna give it away, but we learn things that I'm like, oh, yep, you can see that, you can see that, and how he talks. You can see that in like his mannerisms. And okay, I'm trying not to give too many spoilers. I'll try to put like some kind of alert. But she in the date scene when they're like sitting there and she's talking about how like he makes her feel valuable, and they're like going back and forth, and he keeps asking her like, but why, like what's wrong, he's pretty much asking her what's wrong, and then she is saying all these things that aren't really like shouldn't really be deal breakers, right? And he's like, how he was looking at her in that moment. I'm thinking, so like, when I'm watching something, I'm always thinking like, is that like an actory moment, like where you're like in it, right? You're like in the scene, and then you're like, um, you're trying to like digest what's happening with you, trying to be in it, but you're also thinking about like your lines. You're thinking about all these things. Is that what was happening? Which you're not supposed to be doing that. I'm talking about like, but practically that happens sometimes. Whatever. But I was trying to like watch and see like, is that what's happening right now, or is he like feeling something else? And then you see like later on like, wow, all of that was intentional, and I thought that was, I really thought that scene was really beautiful. I thought the whole thing was beautiful, right? But I'd watched F1 the day before, and my goodness, that movie made me feel like a boy. I said that on TikTok, and people were like, "What?" But I'm like, it really did. It made me feel like a boy. Like it's one of those like Transformers, Avengers. It felt like that in a way. It really gave like Speed Racer cartoon vibes, right? Like not how the movie makes me feel. Like Speed Racer the cartoon. I don't know what year. Not the old one, but like the newer one. I can't remember. I'll try to look at what year. Um, but I used to. That's how that movie. I mean, that show used to feel like how that movie felt, and not in a way of because they're cars, more in a way of like just the vibes of the main character, the vibes that you get from it. And then I just thought both of the leads did a great job. I thought everybody did a great job. It was really well put together, and like just a beautiful film, and you could just feel some energy. People were saying something on my TikTok like I can't remember what they said. They said something like, "Oh, it was okay. You liked it," and then they said like they compared it to these movies, but all the movies were like blockbuster movies that made a lot of money. So I'm like, how is that an insult? But people are people. People are people, and I don't think they really meant harm. But I think that, and I say this as I'm doing it, but I think that the world is getting kind of dangerous in a way that like everybody has a platform and everybody is an expert. There's a difference in having a platform and like speaking, your truth. Having a platform and doing what you're good at, talking about what you're good at. When we start veering into all these lanes that you don't really know about, or that you're not really read up on, educated on, and you are giving your 2 cents on that, really it's more than 2 cents because people like say it like it's law. Like my opinion is this, and therefore I'm right. And I'm like, okay, girl, like no. I think that is getting kind of dangerous. But I don't want to go into that because I'm such a like freedom of speech person. So like I want everybody to be able to say what they want to say and like communicate and find community and all these things. It's just when it starts going to like hate, when it starts going into like the negativity and all of that, it's just like, please, guys, can we leave with love? Like, please, can we love? I that's my only thing with that is like, I don't know. But how do you? Because even like stuff like verifying people doesn't really matter anymore. When they start saying, "Oh, you can pay this a month and be verified," I don't even know if they're doing that anymore. But that kind of takes away from like the validity of it all, right? Like even, but then also, not to get political, but people are making you feel like the news is lying all the time, right? So you always side-eyeing the news, then you side-eyeing, of course, regular people that are saying stuff. So it's like, who are you supposed to listen to? You're not going to listen to the president. Not that, nothing against him. But, like, I'm not going to sit here and take my news from the president. Hello, he's clearly biased, just like everybody else, and he's a politician. I mean, they're all biased. So who are you supposed to get your news from? And that is going to be a problem if we don't fix that, right? I think we need to start saying, first of all, what am I talking about? I guess it's the first one, so we're just going to be going on tangents. But I think that we really need to I think we really need to start holding people accountable and being like, hey, you lied, right? Like when a news station, I don't care if it's your, political party's news station or whatever, or you normally like what they say, or you normally go with them. If it comes out that they lied about something, you need to hold them accountable. We need to be calling them. We need to be doing lawsuits, whatever we got to do, because at the end of the day, we need to be able to look at stuff that's supposed to be truth as truth, right? There's going to be a little bias because there's a person sitting there saying that stuff, right? Because you have our own uh, internal biases, right? Even if we don't know them, even though we don't see them, even they're invisible, right? But the thing is, you kind of gotta still say facts, right? Like there's truth and then there's not truth. There's always like room for, okay, well, yeah, this is what happened and this is how I feel about it. That's okay. But for you to just say how you feel or for you to lie is not okay, right? And I think we gotta start holding people accountable for that. And that's my 2 cents on that. Um, Most of you know that I have been working out on my workout journey. So I started with 75 days, and then I added 40 days to that afterwards because then it will end on August 1st. So I'm excited, and that's my birthday month. I also want to go on a cruise for my birthday. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I would like to be on the ocean bringing in my 25th birthday. One of these days, I'm going to talk about my 24th birthday, when that was Lord, that was a summer. Okay, that was literally the worst summer of my life. A lot of this album is about that period of time and like right before, and then just like childhood and all those things. I'm kind of putting a cap on all of that with this album. So this is like the last album about. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but the last full album about that chunk of my life, and then we can just move forward, darling, move forward. Which is exciting. Exciting. I say last album, I should say last project because this is the first album. My goodness, this is my debut album. Oh, that's so exciting, darling. That's so exciting. This is my debut album, but I've had like EPs, so I've had projects where it's like I'm documented a chunk of my life in this project, which is really what this YouTube channel is for me and for documenting this life and this artist journey, which is why the vlogs are artist journey day, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm going to try to be more consistent with that. Like I want to do weekly vlogs at least, and weekly podcast at least. I'm not trying to like talk about too much, but I'm trying to do like 100 song challenge or like 100 1 minute songs. I watched Dochi do these like, well, I didn't watch her do it, but like now I'm in my like Dochi phase. I've been in there for a second. I'm not gonna say now I'm in my Dochi phase, but I'm in a Dochi phase. So I've been like watching all her videos, and that's how I started doing Artist Way. And I, I see she does these like little song clips. Maybe it's improv. I don't really know what the production was for that. I wasn't really watching then. I'm watching it now. But I want to do something like that, but more of like something that's breaking away the perfectionism, right? Because songs come all the time. Like me and my producer, I talk to him about that a lot. And he be like, "Dang, you write everything." But I'm like, I really do write everything. I write different genres. I write, a lot of songs. Like the songs just flow. It's God. It's God. Which that's a tangent. We'll get there in a second. But I want to like start breaking away from this perfectionism. So I kind of am like, okay, let's do like a whole bunch of little songs, a whole bunch of mini songs, and just put them out. I sometimes I'm really, really hard on myself, and sometimes I'm really like, okay, well, yeah, it's good, but it's not good enough, right? And that is all the time. And oh my gosh, I don't know where this quote is from either. Maybe I can find who said it, but they said something like, uh, it's gonna take forever to be perfect, right? They were talking about people with perfectionism and how perfectionism can become a form of procrastination. And I was like, wow, that's so real. Because it's like, yeah, you can call yourself a perfectionist, but at the end of the day, you're getting nothing done. You're putting nothing out, and that, like, oof, I heard that a couple weeks ago, and that, like, slapped me in the face, because I was like, wow, that's me, and not that I don't put anything out. I've been doing this for 5 years. I put many projects and songs out, but I'm so gatekeepy, right? And even when I do projects like quickly, I'm still like I'm only putting out this many songs because I can like hyper focus on this and I have this many days to do it, but that's all I'm doing during those days. So I can be a perfectionist. I can be like, oh my gosh, yes, this, you know? So there's that part of it. But yeah, I think that will help. So I'm gonna try, and it's a challenge, and I like a challenge. It like motivates me to do things whenever like it's a challenge. It's a 40-day challenge, 75-day challenge. So it's gonna be like a 100 song challenge, and maybe I'll do like 100 1 minute songs, and we can do like one a week or however many a week, um, until we get to 100. And I think that'll be cool. So let's do that, and that's just more content to put out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Everything is really exciting. Things are really working out. I just feel different. I feel better. I know that's not really descriptive, right? But like I do, I feel more open, right? More talkative. Like I'm more confident, I guess. Um, I'm really an introvert, and people like all these like perceptions, it's just weird. Like people will talk to me and be like, "Oh, you're this." I'm not shy. I'm an introvert, right? Like there's a difference. I'm not shy. I don't have stage fright. That's not who I am. But I am an introvert. Like I want to be by myself sometimes, right? I don't want a lot of human interaction a lot of the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm afraid of you. That doesn't mean I'm afraid to talk. I do public speaking. I was a theater major. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. Sometimes I just want to be alone. Like I have to recharge. I really, really do. And I got to a point last year, which we're not gonna really get into, like I said, but I really got to a point where I was just completely drained, and I had nothing else to give, right? And I'm not gonna allow myself to get there again. It's complicated, right? Because I'm the kind of person that like likes to juggle, right? So I'll be doing 3 4 different things at the same time, and I'll be thriving because I like to be busy. I like to keep myself going. But when it is physically, emotionally, intellectually draining, and all I'm doing is training, that's when the problems come in. And then I also used to do this thing where I like relied on other people for everything pretty much. I relied on other people for joy. I relied on other people for, my emotional state pretty much. I needed you to tell me I'm doing a good job. I needed to be able to call somebody. It didn't matter like if somebody needed to answer and pretty much like give me encouragement for me to be okay. And when I continuously didn't get that, I would just go down, 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 down. And I'm high functioning, right? So like I can literally be in a state of depression, but I'm high functioning, so everything is good. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, look how much I got accomplished. Yes, look at my body. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating good. Oh, I'm smiling. I'm putting out music. Oh, I'm making movies. Oh, I'm on set. Oh, all these things. But in reality, I'm not feeling great, right? But then I'm so busy that my mind is like, okay, well, we can't think about that. We got to think about this. So I'm not even seeing it for a while, right? And that has shifted now. So like these morning pages, part of Artist Way is these morning pages. So every morning when you wake up, you write. I'm doing 3 pages. I can't remember if it was like 1 to 3 or something like that, 1 to 4. But I do 3 pages. I try to do 3 pages every morning. Um, like right when you get up, drink some water, do the morning pages, and it really has helped me like just open up. How do I actually feel? How like literally how period? How do I feel? Right? What am I thinking about? Writing it down. Then it breaks up a lot because I'm like, wait, that's illogical. Like, wait, what am I saying? But then it's real. It's how you feel. And I'm just more honest with myself so I can catch those things quicker. I'm like, oh, I don't feel good today. Okay, so what can I do about that? Right? Not, oh, I don't feel good today, but I'm not realizing that's coming from me, that's coming from something that happened yesterday, or that's coming from somewhere else, or like there's some energy around or something like that. And I can notice that in the morning and work on that instead of, oh, I'm feeling that way, but I don't notice it. I just go to the gym. Then I go to work. And then I'm like, why am I so mad? Like, why am I looking at people like that? But it's stuff like that I'm like, this book has really, and this journey has really given me a lot of tools. And we can, like I said, go into that more. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I just feel different. And um, I really wish I could just like. That's really why I'm doing these things too. And I talked to my sister about that the other day, um, because a lot of times she's like, "Well, you want to be famous. You see all this stuff that's happening, and you want to be famous." I'm like, I don't want fame. I want influence. I want reach, right? Like I want to be able to spread my knowledge, things that I'm learning, the gifts that God has given me to as many people as possible. That's what I want to be able to do. It's not about money. It's not about fame or notoriety. It's about reach, right? Um, and that's just real. That's just how it. That's just what it is. So, and I'm like, if this is what I have to do to get that, then in the end, it's all worth it. Because if there's a me out there, right, that I can say, hey, look, this is what I learned. Take this and run with it. And you don't have to go through all this pain. You don't have to go through all these things, dude. That is everything. If it's three people over my life, that is everything, right? Because I'm like, there is a lot of darkness, right? But then there's more light. But sometimes you have to look for the light, and that, you know, and the light has to be from you. And like I said, I used to really rely on others for those things, for those feelings, and feeling what you feel is everything, right? And it's kind of complicated, right? Because you can control how you feel, but you can't necessarily always control how you feel in the moment. And that's the problem, right? So you have to kind of put yourself in a state of in a feeling state before, right? Before you go to sleep, when you wake up early in the morning, things like that. You have to train your mind to be like, I'm always going to be okay. Everything's always going to work out for me, right? But it is all these things that you learn, and you just gotta like use them, so that when things do come up, it's like, wait, yes, okay, in this moment this is happening, but I'm always going to be all right. Everything's always going to work out for me. Like it has to be ingrained in your mind to where it clicks, it clicks, it clicks, right? Um, and yeah, so it's a lot of things that I have like learned over the past year, and it's in the music, and I'm just so grateful. And I've been listening to some of my old music recently, and I'm just like, wow, it's always been in the music, right? Oh, okay, all right, but it's always been in the music. Like I've always been honest in the music. I've always said this, like what I'm going through in the music. In the past, it's been kind of metaphorical, right? Like I'll say, like, I don't give any lyrics, but like let's say, like I wouldn't say, oh, my heart is broken because she broke up with me. I would be like, you know, sometimes the rain falls and you have nowhere to look, you have nowhere to turn. Like it's just like, instead of being like nobody was there for me, I'll be like, I had no whatever. This is embarrassing. I can't even come up with nothing right now. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, this album is much more like direct. I'm literally saying like this, instead of like trying to go around it, right? And I'm excited. I think something in the past that has bothered me is either one, people in my personal life don't listen to my music, like wouldn't listen to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that doesn't feel good, right? Or they will listen to it and not get it. So I'm like, I don't, but now, like I said, then it was like, I need you to give me this energy. I need you to do this for me. So it was different. But like, sometimes people say things to me and I'm just like, do you not listen to the music? Like, dude, literally, that is not who I am, number one. And then number two, like, if you knew the things that have happened and that have like happened to me in this life and I've been gone through in this life, you would not say that to me, right? And then I also just live life. I think I said this on one of the vlogs, but I just live life differently. Like I really try to be a good person and just love people, and like literally random people just go to them and just smile, and people be looking at me like, why are you smiling at me? And it'll be so awkward sometimes. But I'm like, literally, I just live in like, life. Like that's how I am in reality, right? And I try to like calm it down at work and stuff like that. Like just be kind of professional and just be like in work mode. But the more that I step into this like space of being an artist, the more I step into this space of like putting my real self out there. God is calling me to be me, right? God is calling me to be me loudly all the time. So I'm really trying to am transitioning into that um, now. So you're gonna see a lot more of me. You're gonna see a lot more of me, darling. Um, yeah, and like I said, these are really kind of documentation at this point because, like I said, and it's kind of weird. All of this is weird because it's like I'm getting like 4 or 5 views on my vlogs. Like the music gets some good views, and I'm grateful for that. But like the vlogs and all the stuff that I'm putting out, like this podcast, I'll be getting like 1 view, 2 views. But at the end of the day, that's all right. I'm doing this for longevity, darling. I don't need to be viral. I don't need 100,000 people watching me all the time. But I do want reach. I want reach with the music. So really, if I was doing this live, right, and there was 5 people there, I might feel some kind of way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might feel some kind of way. But it being virtually, hopefully it picks up slowly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like I just don't care. Hopefully it will pick up. But at the end of the day, this is gonna be good for me. This is gonna be good to watch for me. Um, Something else I want to do. I'm gonna end this. I don't know how long I've been on here. Something else I want to do is start recording more of my fitness journey, what I'm doing, progress, like shirtless stuff, which is a whole nother thing. I don't think most people. I don't think anybody has seen me without a shirt outside of like a locker room since I was like 10 or 11. The only people who've seen me without a shirt are like in dressing rooms. So those people, who you are. It's only a select few of you. Um, uh, no, but like seriously, that's the thing because I really do have, a whole other thing. I talked about this on this channel too. Is the body dysmorphia really messes with my brain. And the other day, my sister told me like she was like, "You look good," and blah blah blah, and I was like, I'm feeling all these emotions because right before that, somebody said something at the gym, and it was like really encouraging and beautiful, and I was like, wow, I feel like I'm making progress. Um, but yeah, it's like this body dysmorphia really be messing with my brain, okay? And we can talk about that at another time too. But anyways, the point is, I'm going to start recording more of that and putting that out to try to encourage people to like take care of themselves, take care of your body, take care of your brain, take care of your mental health, take care of your life, right? Like we only have one of these things. Like live it up and take care of yourself. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I really feel like God challenges us to choose ourselves. So choose yourself. But yeah, I love you. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Wow, this has like been a second. So really thank you for listening. This is beautiful. Like, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, darling. But yeah, see you on the next one.